And that's with the three-point line moving back this season. So here we go, the SEC Big 12 Challenge continuing. LSU and Iowa State in the PMAC.
We're going to see Iowa State. They're going to play different kinds of defenses. There'll be a sagging man right away. Alexis Morris drops 2.
Iowa State starting five. They will be limited with some injuries, but these are their starting 5 right now. Emily Ryan has run the point for the last 2 years, did it last year as a true freshman, and there goes Ashley Jones inside, number 24 in that Cardinal jersey. Kayla Pointer driving. If you're used to watching LSU, this is going to be a much faster tempo than you've seen in the past.
Well, LSU in the past has really struggled scoring, and so they have hung their hat on the defense. They wanted fewer possessions. Under Kim Mulkey, they want to score off their defense. Running.
Dangerous. Ashley Jones, you called it. She can hit the 3. I told you about KB, Kayla Pointer. Alexis Morris already has a bucket. They've added Autumn Newby, the transfer from Vanderbilt.
And she is a rebounding machine. Autumn Newby averaging about 9.3 boards a game.
Deep 3 from Kayla Pointer. That might be a good sign.
I told you that, yeah, she's slippery getting inside, but her three-point shot has been on point this season.
Just meaning the defense is going to have to respect Kayla Pointer all over the floor.
Yeah, she's shooting about 39% from three-point range.
Morgan Kane. Look, all of Iowa State can hit 3s.
You can't leave the big girl open. You know, nowadays, if you play for Iowa State, you have a three-point shot in your bag.
We heard Kim Mulkey tell LSU, if you cannot guard today, you cannot play in this game.
She said exactly that.
Alexis Morris, what is happening?
Let's go. This game is on. You know, Kim Mulkey has talked about really wanting to bring something special here. She celebrates each thing. If it's just each season, each game is a 1-0 season. She wants to win one at a time.
Lexi Donarski will kick it back out to Emily Ryan. And it's Jalen Cherry stepping up and taking the charge. Look, we mentioned the faster pace. More points are coming for LSU. Look at the progression of this offense. This season at the top of your screen, 73.2 points per game.
That's 13, about 13 more points per game. Their first 5 games, they scored over 70 points. So, offense, look, they've got the defense. You've got to understand, that's one thing LSU knows is defense, and now with the offense and really discipline on when and where shots are taken.
Cherry misses the 2. In stride, it's Audrey Jones.
Now, keep an eye on this pace because the guards for Iowa State have limited substitution.
And 3 players out for Iowa State. Danae Fritz will not be available. Naimir Dew not available, along with Maggie Espin-Miller-McGraw, who has not played this season yet. And Emily Ryan is called for her first foul, so you have to keep an eye on foul trouble for Bill Fenley's crew as well with these 3 unavailable.
Well, especially not having, like you said, Espin-Miller-McGraw, and that was a 3-point shooter that they had last year, another threat from the perimeter. So Emily Ryan has got to play careful now. She picked up her first foul, and she is the major ball handler for the Cyclones.
Faustina Fua at the elbow. Emily Ryan, they've been pushing her to keep shooting. That shot has not been falling, but she certainly puts the work in.
And you can see the frustration.
Inside to Autumn Newby. 7 straight for LSU.
Kim Mulkey is loving the way her team is playing right now. I think everybody's gotten in on the scoring act so far. Maybe Jalen Cherry's the only one.
Yeah, that's right. Donarski, shot off the mark. And the rebound comes into the hands of Beatrice Jordao. Ashley Jones down low.
She just finds a way to get a bucket.
She's got every move in the book. She's only 6'1". LSU is going to have a size advantage down low, and there's an offensive foul on Autumn Newby. Look, you want a veteran, a person who has been in charge of a program. This is his 27th season, talking about Bill Finley at Iowa State. Last year, had a big freshman class. A lot of them were starters. That's paying off. 22 NCAA tournament appearances in his career, 19 of those coming at Iowa State.
He has the longest tenured staff as well. That consistency, he's brought a system in to Ames, Iowa, shooting the three, spreading the floor, and it has worked at Iowa State.
And having a pipeline of Jones sisters also helps.
Oh, that's 2 fouls. Autumn Newby, and she is somebody that really couldn't keep up with Ashley Jones. With that being her second foul, she's going to have to go to the bench. Oh, the jacket is open. It may come off before this quarter is over.
Now you see the frustration from Autumn Newby. Kim Mulkey out on the court.
Now here's the thing. When Autumn Newby has to go to the bench, that's almost 10 rebounds a game.
Right.
She is a huge rebounder, but she's also athletic enough to keep up with the motion of Ashley Jones. Ashley Jones is going to play inside and out. Autumn Newby was a key defender on her.
Right now they brought in Awa Trazi, and she's trying to keep up with Ashley Jones. Offensive foul on the screen. Hey, it's already back and forth early on in Baton Rouge. LSU on top, 12-8. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. Visit progressive.com. And Abbott, life to the fullest. You're watching the SEC on ESPN. That is the exact reaction of the entire city of Baton Rouge when it was announced that Kim Mulkey was going to be LSU's head coach.
We've had several fans walk by us, and they were pumping their fists like that as well.
She has taken over this LSU program back in her home state, and I bet she's going to like this offense. 71% from the field to start.
And it's just been in a lot of different ways. No 4 shots, but just like they practiced in shoot-around this morning. Really uncontested shots, and everybody is playing within themselves, playing their roles very well right now.
Hannah Guster's in the game now, number 20 in white, and they feed her the basketball. Played for Mulkey at Baylor. Look, LSU averages 2.5 3-pointers per game. By the way, they've hit that for tonight. Well, with 2.
They're just getting started. We're only halfway through the first quarter.
We knew the story for Iowa State was going to be that they like to shoot the 3. Jordao inside. Morgan Kane has picked up 2 fouls for Iowa State. Autumn Newby has 2 fouls for LSU. They are both on their benches.
The rotation in the post for Iowa State is going to be key. Oh, Kayla Pointer.
KP finding a way to score.
Kim Mulkey talked about challenging her seniors. Really need them to demonstrate toughness, and KP, Kayla Pointer, number 3 for LSU, does that right there, getting in around the big girl, gets the finish, and gets to the free throw line.
Kayla Pointer, a first-team All-SEC, All-Defensive selection in the conference last year. She has been their go-to.
Well, she's a great offensive player, but she was SEC All-Defense. Okay, Lexi Donarski.
That's the Big 12 Freshman of the Year from last season. It was the highest-rated recruit to sign with Iowa State. The previous was Ashley Jones.
Well, and Bill Finley said, been telling Donarski to hunt for her shots because she is a tremendous shooter, but Alexis Morris is having a field day so far.
She's called corner pocket twice. Top of the key to Donarski.
I like this matchup with Kayla Pointer on Donarski. Oh! We told you that Iowa State were a three-point shooting team. You don't even have to run an offense. You just come down and shoot it. But Alexis Morris said, whatever you can do, I can do better. She's having a field day.
She forgot they were playing. Aubrey Jones, short on the shot. There's already an intensity about this game.
Well, I think that Kim Mulkey in the locker room, she understands after the many meetings in the Big 12 that she's had in the Big 12, she understands what Iowa State's going to bring, and she wants to be competitive. In this huge crowd today, she wants to put on a great show.
It's going to be a foul on Emily Ryan, her second. So that's 2 fouls on Ryan and 2 fouls on Kane. Iowa State does not have a deep bench.
No. Yeah, Maddie Frederick's going to have to come in now. Lexi Donarski and Aubrey Jones are going to have to share the assignment running the point.
So here's Lexi Donarski at the point right now for Iowa State because of Emily Ryan's 2 fouls. Jordow looking for help. Donarski gets loose. Oh, in and out.
Hannah Gusters wants the basketball.
Out to Cherry, taking baseline. Pass deflected back inside. Iowa State started 2 for 3. Since then, they're 3 of 10. Make it 3 of 11. Inside to Afua. Short on the step back, and Jalen Cherry with the extra hustle, but stepped out of bounds.
But you can see the Kim Mulkey effect. Every team that she has coached, it is get the ball inside. So the guards, when they catch their eyes, they go straight inside to that post game.
And she has coached some great post players over her time. Had some great ones at Baylor. Cyclones need some points. There you go. Beatrice Jordow, the transfer from USF.
Alexis Morris is trying to draw an offensive foul, but I think when you embellish it, the officials, they like, you're trying to oversell it, and they're not going to make that call.
Pointer at the top with Donarski on her. Inside to Gusters.
Now the defense for Iowa State pushing the post out.
And that's the second charge that Jalen Cherry has taken. Well, Tuesday night, the 27th annual Jemmy V Classic. We got a great doubleheader for you from Madison Square Garden. Rick Barnes and number 13 Tennessee taking on Texas Tech. Will be followed by number 6 Villanova, fresh off a win over Penn yesterday. They'll take on Syracuse. Coverage starts at 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and the app. Colin Gillespie had 26 points for Villanova yesterday. He averages 17 a game.
Do you see the nail biter?
Ooh, yes.
Syracuse win over Indiana.
Alexis Morris, 8 Wheaties today. Already in double figures. And Donarski pops a three to answer.
You get your money's worth today. Lots of offense happening on both sides. And LSU, if you'd have told me they would be up 24-8 in the first quarter, I don't know if I'd have believed it.
Mafua's shot is off the mark. Alexis Morris has scored LSU's last 7 points. Cyclones can take the last shot of the quarter. Back to Ashley Jones, to the basket! Girls got moves. Caleb Pointer at the buzzer, and what a first quarter. LSU on top of the number 14 team in the nation by 4 here in Baton Rouge. Alexis Morris averages 11.8 points per game. Well, guess what? She has 12 points in the first quarter.
And she has come out locked in and loaded. She is 4 for 4 from the floor, 2 for 2 from the three-point line. Let me tell you, Alexis Morris has a special relationship with Kim Mulkey. She started her career playing at Baylor. Well, she transferred from Baylor, then went to Texas A&M, and then showed up here.
Literally showed up here the first time Kim talked to her. She was dismissed from the team at Baylor, went to Rutgers, then Texas A&M. And then the first time that Kim Mulkey talked to her after she played at Baylor was she showed up in the team meeting here at LSU.
Yeah, Alexis Morris had been talking to Jennifer, their operations person, but Kim Mulkey had not talked to her. And then she called a meeting and with Alexis Morris and saw the maturity in Alexis Morris and said, yep, let me give you an opportunity here at LSU. And she has worked hard and played hard for Coach Kim Mulkey.
Yeah, Alexis Morris said, I just need that woman in my life.
Right? And
that's a mature, what a change.
Yeah, and I asked, what did that mean? And she said, the discipline, the structure, in understanding life after basketball. And this young woman, Alexis Morris, knew that she needed that.
Morris bringing the ball up the floor right now for LSU, number 45 in that white jersey. Iowa State's dealing with some foul trouble. Emily Ryan, their point guard, has 2. Morgan Kane, one of their bigs, has 2. She's out on the floor, though, and Pointer scores. So Lexi Donarski running the point as she has since Emily Ryan went to the bench with those 2 fouls. Ashley Jones trying to shake off Jalen Cherry.
You see the rotation. 2 players are always going to come to Ashley Jones when she goes to make a move.
Look at the defense from Morris. Poked the ball loose, went to the corner. Awatrazi.
With Emily Ryan out, Lexi Donarski having to run the point, it's really taken away her being the option to pass to for the shot.
Ashley Jones.
Did she spin around like a 360 into that shot?
Probably, and she probably levitated off the grounds and then shot it. Ashley Jones, the Cheryl Miller Award winner, was an AP All-American, All-Big 12 first-team selection last season. Double team coming after Alexis Morris. Iowa State's already got 5 3-pointers tonight.
But Ashley Jones, she spun all the way around and then stepped back into a 3. I don't know how her eyes had time to find the rim before the release, but she was money.
It's almost automatic. I mean, it's been well documented, she's one of 5 siblings and one of 5 girls in the Jones family. They play basketball 24/7, and she's a bit undersized for her position, so she's got every move in the book to get around you, which is why she's all over the Iowa State record book.
Well, it was fun, the stories that we got to tell last season during the COVID shutdown. All 5 sisters would be out in the cold in Iowa working on basketball.
And hey, the pipeline still coming to Ames from the Jones family, because it was announced that Kelsey Jones has committed to Iowa State. She's in the 2023 class. So just keep them coming. Got one more after that, right?
Well, and Bill Finley said the youngest one's probably going to be the better of all of them, because she's competed with her 4 older sisters. She was one of those that was out there in the snow working on her game.
It helps when you have an entire basketball team in your family. Eight seconds on the shot clock, and it's a turnover. And Ashley Jones took a hard hit. That's going to be a foul on Awatrazi. Her first. Emily Ryan back in the game, running the point for Iowa State. Izzy Zingaro misses the shot. Here comes Morris pushing. And Hannah Gusters is going to the free throw line. NBA Friday tomorrow on ESPN. It's the 76ers and the Hawks. Also the Suns and the Golden State Warriors. All starts with NBA Countdown at 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow.
Here, Golden State, before Lexi Donarski's freshman year, she was invited to the Steph Curry camp. She was out there with AZ Fudd and all, and really impressed with her shooting ability. With only like 30 players were invited to come out there, and she was one of those top 30.
Yeah, we talked to Bill Finley about that today. I know it's been a couple years, but he said it was awesome. She had a great time. How could you not? Learn a few things, too. And she's got a pretty good shot.
You think? Lexi Donarski, she shoots 41% from the floor, 39% from the three-point line.
They have to go get Kayla Pointer out of the dance team section.
And she turned around and apologized for landing on her.
This has been a quick-paced game, some big-time shots taken.
The only loss for LSU this season is to Florida Gulf Coast, and that was a team that shot the three. I won't say they play similar styles, because Florida Gulf Coast doesn't really have a post game, where Iowa State does rotate post inside.
Ashley Jones, just a pretty shot. And Jones is up to 13 points.
Actually, she shoots it like a layup and then just runs back like, okay, next. No celebration, no pumping of the fist, just another day at the office.
Don't you want to coach a player like that, though? I mean, she's just constantly working.
Well, and when you have a player like that works as hard as she does, she sets the tone for the rest of the players. I mean, she was a junior last year and had 4 freshmen come in. And you see that kind of work ethic, it just carries that on within your program.
LSU hasn't scored in over 3 minutes now. Can't afford to do that with an Iowa State team that averages almost 83 points per game. That's Ryan Payne on Jones. Jump ball possession arrow, LSU. Remember, Autumn Newby is on the bench in foul trouble, so LSU's having to find different ways to match up with Jones.
Well, and with Jones really playing on the 3 position, then that plays right into what LSU needs to do. Putting Payne on Ashley Jones puts a guard that's got the quickness to keep up with all the offensive moves of Ashley Jones.
So now Ryan Payne at the point, the transfer from TCU. KP. Scoring drought continues for the Tigers. They've missed their last 5 shots.
Well, and Iowa State now going a little zone action, making it tougher for LSU to get in the paint.
We knew we were going to see multiple defenses out of them. And Jones gets Faustina Fua to foul her.
Yeah, going back to Ashley Jones and in that COVID shutdown, one of the things she worked on, and she and her dad went back through and watched tapes and read books on the counter moves because they went back and looked at how teams were defending her, so she would have to have counter moves. Well, we're seeing that pay off for her now in her senior season.
We mentioned the accolades for her last season. Averaged 24.2 points per game. That was 5th in the nation. And she's a heck of a free throw shooter, too. Shooting 86% from the free throw line this season.
And that's impressive with how often she gets there.
She's there a lot.
Most teams, the only way to stop her is to foul her, and then that puts her at the free throw line.
She made 181 free throws last year. It's 3rd in Iowa State history, and she will get a breather as Cyclones on top by a point, about 5 minutes left in the half. Jones has all 8 of the Cyclones' points in this quarter.
Emily Ryan is back in the game with 2 fouls.
Close one in Baton Rouge. Iowa State up, but just by a point.
Yeah, Nikki's right in going in transition, and they've got to now try to turn Iowa State over. Iowa State is they've been very patient in handling the basketball, and Iowa State is moving Ashley Jones around, and it's really been tough for the LSU defense to keep up with it.
Yeah, it doesn't help either that Autumn Newby's in foul trouble, they had matched up on her originally. This is Faustina Fua at the free throw line. And Ashley Jones over there getting ready to come back in.
That rest is over.
Enjoy it while it lasts. She's got 15 points.
That was a smart substitution. Bill Finley took Ashley Jones out just before the timeout. She got the rest during the timeout. And now a few minutes until the next dead ball.
Emily Ryan is short on the three-pointer. Rebound by Jalen Cherry. Afua rolls it in.
Well, Morgan Kane is staying down in the paint. She's not coming out to guard, even if she ends up on Afua or Gusters. And so the post for LSU have got to be able to hit that jump shot in the middle of the lane.
Kick back out. Bank shot won't go for Maggie Vick. Iowa State has already hit 6 3-pointers. They average 12 a game. That's 1st in the nation in the steal by Emily Ryan. And she's fouled by Alexis Morris. Well, Tuesday night, the 27th annual Jemmy V Classic, a great doubleheader for Madison Square Garden, Tennessee Tech versus number 13, Tennessee. Followed by number 6, Villanova and Syracuse. Coverage starts at 7 p.m. Eastern on the ESPN and the ESPN app. Rick Barnes doing Rick Barnes things at Tennessee. Got him in the top 15.
Freshman Kennedy Santiago. No.
Santiago Vescovi.
Vescovi. Got all the names running together. Kennedy Chandler.
Well, Ashley Jones back in the game for Iowa State. 15 points. She's 5 of 7 from the field. Alexis Morris. Brought her shot today. That's her 3rd three-pointer.
Look at Kim Mulkey is trying to get this crowd into it.
Alexis Morris already over her game average, just averages 11 points. And Aubrey Jones with the bucket. She's been scoring a lot as of late, coming off a 15-point performance. She hit 5 threes in their last game.
Well, we talked about it being in the DNA of the Jones family. Aubrey Jones is one of those players that hunts buckets.
Hannah Gusters can't hit from range.
Yeah, that's not the shot that Kim Mulkey wants. Hannah Gusters has the size advantage. She needs to get 2 feet in the paint.
Ashley Jones just turned into the wall of Faustina Fua.
See, with Morgan Kane guarding Hannah Gusters, Gusters needs to take her down the middle of the paint and plant herself.
That's going to be a foul on Ashley Jones. Her first. LSU has Alexis Morris running the point too, and KP off the ball. Do you like that?
I do like that because, and they're interchangeable. Well, because a lot of times Alexis Morris in running the point gives the ball up, then goes away. Then she sets herself up, spot up, so that she's the one that's open for the shots.
Morris already has a season high 15 points. Previous season high came in their last game. She had 13. But she's been in double figures every game.
I think all of these players are adjusting to Kim Mulkey's system and finding their way, finding their role of where they fit and where they can contribute. And Alexis Morris right now, it's been from outside the arc.
Aubrey Jones back to Donarski. Kane will swing it around to Vick. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Cherry comes out with it all alone. Misses a layup.
She took off.
And Jalen Cherry is still down on the far baseline. Holding that left leg.
When she took off on that layup, it just didn't look right when she left the floor.
Jalen Cherry, one of 3 LSU Tigers that decided to come back, use that COVID year to play for a new head coach. She is down right now for LSU. And we're going to step aside as they're taking a look at Jalen Cherry right now of LSU. Back here in Baton Rouge, Jalen Cherry still down for LSU. Training staff taking a look at her. You see Kim Mulkey leaning over her right now. Went up for a layup and came down in pain.
Well, and I just noticed when she took off, she didn't have the normal extension up. See, it's a little short there.
It's her left leg.
Just hate to see that. And she's a graduate student, like you said, to come back and play for a new head coach. She, Faustina Fua, and Kayla Porter are 3 of the players that, with the most experience, that Kim Mulkey has really leaned on and appreciated just the commitment that they have shown, the hard work that they brought in, and the energy that Jalen Cherry has brought.
Yeah, and I mean, you watch it, you even see it in her defense with the speed that she plays with and the hustle.
And she had a great shoot around. She was the energy on the floor, on the court. Daphne and Satia, the assistants for Kim Mulkey, were trying to teach Jalen Cherry had to do the woo in practice, like they're trying to learn how to, the sounds that they need to use in practice to keep each other's energy up, and she was bringing that energy for LSU.
And defensively, you need her too against an Iowa State team that every player can shoot it, and she brings such good defensive intensity.
Well, and she was bringing the pressure on the point guard. She was giving Emily Ryan and Lexi Donarski the business up top. Iowa State looks like they're in a 1-2-2.
6 seconds on the shot clock. Alexis Morris pulls up. She's been the hot hand for LSU with 15 points. Donarski's been running the point for most of this game with Emily Ryan in foul trouble for the Cyclones.
Now Alexis Morris has the assignment of defending Ashley Jones.
They say that Morgan Kane stepped out of bounds.
Look, there's less room to operate for the women now that the three-point line is the same as the men's this year.
It has stepped back. Despite that, Iowa State is still shooting the three at a pretty good clip. They've hit 3 today. 48 seconds left in the half. Pointer weaving through the Cyclone defense, and Kayla Pointer up to double figures with 10.
Well, and Kim Mulkey has told Kayla Pointer she wants to see her be the leader, put the team on her back when they need big buckets, just like that.
LSU has led by as many as 9 points here in the first half. Shot clock still on for the Cyclones. 5 seconds. Trying to go inside to Ashley Jones, stolen away by Ryan Payne. Lays it in! There's some energy on the LSU bench right now as the Tigers lead the number 14 team in the nation at the half, 38-32. 15 points from Alexis Morris in that first half, and Kim Mulkey will take a lead into the locker room. Let's get you back to the studio. Welcome back to the SEC on ESPN. It's already been a big night here. Brian Kelly in the house, the new LSU football coach, and he has seen a pretty good show that this LSU women's basketball team led by Hall of Fame coach Ken Mulkey has put on. 38-32 at the half. LSU with the lead on the number 14 team in the nation. Courtney Lau alongside Carolyn Peck, and it's been a fast, up-tempo game, and both teams shooting the ball too, although Iowa State struggled at the end. They didn't score for the last 3 minutes of the half.
Well, you would expect high scoring from Iowa State, but so impressed with the scoring from LSU. And Alexis Morris, she out of the gate, she was on fire. Alexis Morris, 5 of 8. She got 15 points already. First she hit the 3, then driving to the basket, and then her partner in crime, Kayla Pointer, just getting into the meat of the defense, finding good shots. How Iowa State stayed in this ball game, though, is Ashley Jones, their leader that can score in so many different ways. How nice is it for Bill Finley when he needs a bucket? He can go to number 24, Ashley Jones.
Yeah, both of those players we just showed you, Alexis Morris and Ashley Jones, both have 15 points. Keeping an eye on the 3 ball because Iowa State does that so well. They've hit 6. LSU usually only hits 2 threes a game. Well, they're 4 for 4. Thank you, Alexis Morris.
Well, I think that Alexis Morris, she said, okay, if Iowa State's going to shoot 3, somebody else has got to balance the score, so I might as well knock down a few too.
Iowa State did get in some foul trouble. Emily Ryan, their point guard, had a couple of fouls. We saw Donarski run the point a lot more than we anticipated in that first half.
Well, we got to remember that Jalen Cherry left the floor with an injury, and that is another defensive presence that LSU has relied on to try to kind of keep the three-point attempts from Iowa State down.
LSU is trying to get us more information on that injury to Jalen Cherry. It was a left leg injury. We will keep you updated as soon as we know. Can't tell you she is not on the bench right now for LSU. Emily Ryan's shot is short, and Ryan Payne out with the basketball. Point, guess who? Alexis Morris. Autumn Newby is back on the floor. She did not play the majority of the first half due to foul trouble. That should help against Ashley Jones.
Well, that's what I'm going to keep an eye on, is how or will Ashley Jones be able to get free and score the way she did in that first half when Autumn Newby was on the bench.
She's got to be smart, though. Newby's got 2 fouls. Pointer pulls up at the elbow.
Oh, that's a foul on Autumn Newby. That's 3.
Yep. She went over the top trying to get the ball.
But as a coach, you like the attempt, the foul. You don't like the foul, but you like the attempt that Autumn Newby is going to crash the offensive glass. You know, Autumn has a goal of trying to get at least double figures in rebounding every game.
She averages 9.3 rebounds a game.
Kim Mulkey is leaving Newby on the floor with those 3 fouls.
Ryan Payne was just called for her first foul. Here's Donarski at the point. Iowa State will spread it out. Hands the ball to Payne.
See, Payne is in to take the place of Jalen Cherry. Jalen Cherry, instead of a pull-up, her athleticism, she'd try to get all the way to the rim.
Some points for Emily Ryan. A lot of that first half we saw LSU put Alexis Morris at the point guard position, and Kayla Pointer was working at the 2. So here comes Morris to take it over. Ten seconds on the shot clock. Payne's shot was blocked.
Well, and Autumn Newby's got to be careful. And she was trying to get around Ashley Jones to go after that rebound. She's going to have to be a little less aggressive because LSU needs her on the floor to stay with Ashley Jones.
The step back from Jones, it's off the mark.
See, Newby just brings size. Take away a little bit of the vision that Ashley Jones has over a smaller guard.
Yeah, she's about an inch taller than she is, and she's got a pretty nice wingspan, too, talking about Autumn Newby. Afua, elbow, gets her own rebound. And she traveled.
Yeah, she did travel. Kim Mulkey didn't like that, but she did. Took a little hop after she got the rebound. She followed her shot, but then just a little double hop. Yep, that's a good call by the official.
Kim Mulkey really felt like this group took a step in their last game. They beat Missouri State, a Sweet 16 team from last year that has a bunch of returning starters. They felt like that. She felt like that was a step in the right direction and got them ready to play this ranked Iowa State team.
Yeah, Missouri State has, I think, 6 graduates that are on that team. So they have experience playing together and playing at a high level. You know, Kim Mulkey's taken over a group that's running a new system, her system, and to compete, that is impressive.
Jump ball possession arrow pointing to LSU. Faustina Fua will sub out, and Hannah Gusters will replace her. Alexis Morris, take it to the rack. She's tied her career high now with 19 points. She had 15 in the first half. Good save by Donarski on the corner. Aubrey Jones dumps it off to Morgan Kane.
Iowa State is going to not so much rely on the initial three-point threat, but try to get the defense to go to sink in. If they don't stop you, then Iowa State's going to go all the way to the rim. If you overhelp, then they're just going to get the two. They can switch up what they go after. First it's threes, then it can be just getting paint points.
And that's Ashley Jones hustling down the floor, too. 2-point game. Paint, corner. Got it! Mulkey telling the crowd to get up in the PMAC. Emily Ryan, what a move by the sophomore point guard.
This game is going to go back and forth because both teams, LSU right now, a lot of confidence in their offense.
Both teams shooting over 44% from the field. You think Alexis Morris has some confidence?
Look, she looked at this number that is in front of Iowa State, ranked number 14. LSU's trying to get their first win of the season over a ranked opponent.
They're 6 of 6 from 3. That'll help. Morgan Kane draws the foul. The bucket won't fall. Hannah Gusters on the foul. How about the 3-ball from LSU?
Hey, we thought it was going to be paint points, but no. Ryan Payne splash from 3, and oh, that's just like home base for Alexis Morris, knocking down the 3 today.
I never imagined that I'd be able to be standing here 20 years after Jimmy V's speech and say that because of all the donations, research, and support, mine is one of the lives that's been saved.
One of the best weeks at ESPN. It's V Week, and our partnership with the V Foundation highlights the urgent need for cancer research and the elimination of racial disparities in cancer outcomes. You can learn more and help support by visiting v.org/donate. 100% of your donation goes directly to cancer research.
It's just amazing to see how much the research has done in order to save lives, like Robin Roberts and many other. And Dickie V going through his battle right now as well.
And it's really close to the Iowa State program. Yesterday, their athletic director, Jamie Pollard, announced that he has been diagnosed with testicular cancer. He had a testicle removed on November 23rd, found out the next day it was cancerous. The good news is they don't believe it has spread to his body. He's meeting with more doctors tomorrow to figure out what the next plan of treatment will be for him. But our thoughts certainly with Jamie Pollard, the athletic director at Iowa State. I think it's safe to say this has been a wild game, a back-and-forth battle between Iowa State and LSU. LSU led at the half.
And that was Iowa State's first halftime deficit of the season.
Three-pointer's been a big story. We thought it would be the story for Iowa State because, you know, they're first in the nation in threes per game. Well, guess what? LSU is 6 for 6 from three-point land tonight.
And when I said that during the commercial, you told me to shh.
I know,
jinx him.
but I was waiting on the graphic. It was already up there. That came first. It wasn't my fault if they missed one. KP. What do you like most about LSU's different offense this year?
Well, the shot selection and the timing of the shots. It's not just, you know, you're open, but playing to your strengths. And I think that the maturity of Caleb Pointer and the addition of Alexis Morris, and then the post play.
They got their defense going now. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Pushed Iowa State to the limit, then on the run. Kayla Pointer layup.
The pace has suited LSU. They like to get up and down the floor.
It forces Iowa State to call a timeout. How about KP?
Getting out to the races. The LSU Tigers want to upset a ranked team. They're on their way late in the third.
Kim Mulkey has brought the motto, respect the past, embrace the future. And with that, she has reached out to alumni of LSU. She has invited multiple players to come back. Simone Augustus, who was a two-time National Player of the Year at LSU, part of those Final Four teams, came back and spoke to the team. Teresa Plaisance has been practicing with the team. We saw her shoot around today. And also, she's reached out to those who can't come and has sent over 100 LSU gift boxes to alumni. There is such a purposeful effort to bring those alumni back and be around the program.
Yeah, Taya Cooper, who didn't even play here at LSU, came back. So former players of Kim Mulkey have come back as well. Dee Dee Richards has come back and played here. So it's the former players of LSU, former players of Baylor that are in support. That Kim Mulkey has a special touch on the program she's been a part of.
Dee Dee Richards, we saw her at practice. Of course, she didn't play at LSU. She played at Baylor for Kim Mulkey, and we asked her what it was like to play for Coach Mulkey.
The first thing I really completely loved about Coach Mulkey is just her passion for the game and, her love for me. I went there because it was a family feel, and she's continued to make me feel like she was a part of my family. So I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to support her wherever she decided to go.
And that says a lot, that you're coming to a different school to see your coach. She didn't even play here.
Yeah, that just the impact that Kim Mulkey has had on so many players. And look, her method is not for everybody, right?
Sure.
But it produces results. And if you can buy into what she's selling, good things are going to happen for you.
5 straight buckets made by LSU.
Look, Kim coaches the way she played as a player. I remember when she played at Louisiana Tech, that fire and passion, she has brought that to the sidelines. That's why she's won 3 national championships.
And that's just as a head coach. She's
Right.
won one as an assistant and as a player.
She's the only person that has done it at all 3 levels. And she could become the first coach to win a national championship at 2 different schools.
And that's going to be over and back on Iowa State. And there's a great article today. Michelle Vopel wrote an article about Kim Mulkey. She came and spent several days with Coach Mulkey here when she got to LSU. Kind of talks about her life on and off the court. It's really interesting on ESPN.com right now.
She has just, I mean, it's speechless in thinking about, talking about her and her decision to come here.
Yeah.
There were so many speculations of things that she, was run off or that they didn't want her there. And look, Kim Mulkey is a fighter for her program and a fighter for her women. And she wanted to be a part of a program that had an administration that was going to support that. And she really felt like that was what she was going to get here at LSU. And for Kim too, it's not just about basketball, right? And she comes from a small town that is about 50 miles from here. And she said, those people there are hurting. They need something positive to hold on to. And she wanted to bring a bright light back to her home state.
Brian Payne to the basket. I'll tell you, it's pretty cool to see people lined up to get in here tonight. There's a bright light for you.
Well, yeah, because we showed up at about 6:30, and to see the line outside of the people waiting to get in, they built some excitement here in Baton Rouge.
Iowa State in a scoring drought. Not anymore, says Emily Ryan.
Well, Bill Finley's got to be happy to see Emily Ryan knock down a shot. She's been struggling with her shot, lost a little bit of confidence, and he has had to keep telling her to shoot the basketball because she had been shooting 29% from three coming into tonight.
That's the first three-pointer in this third quarter for Iowa State. Now, Kayla Pointer doesn't have a shoe on.
That's not going to slow her down. Now, I hope that Alexis Morris recognizes that. Don't run a play to her while she's putting her shoe on.
.37 seconds left in the quarter.
Got to believe Iowa State's going to go through Ashley Jones.
That's number 24 in the Cardinal jersey, Ashley Jones. She's got 17 points. 10 seconds on the shot clock. And Emily Ryan gets the foul by Ryan Payne. Coming up Tuesday night, the 27th annual Jimmy V Classic. Doubleheader for Madison Square Garden, Texas Tech, number 13 Tennessee, followed by number 6 Villanova. And Syracuse coverage starting at 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and the app.
Syracuse, the Boeheim brothers, Buddy and now Jimmy, playing for the Orange to go along with Joe Jared, who's shooting 53% from the three-point line.
Wow. LSU can take the last shot of the third quarter.
Iowa State in a zone defense.
Pointer drives through it, in and out. Emily Ryan off the front of the iron, but LSU pulling ahead. They lead at the end of the third quarter. 56-48 Tigers. LSU leads going into the fourth quarter. There is Jalen Cherry. She is on the LSU bench. The best news we have heard today, she is clear to return if they need her.
This was a scary moment. On a breakaway layup, she took off a little awkward and went to the floor. Really had to be helped off the court. Even left the arena, but came back in. You see Kim Mulkey put her arm around her neck, welcoming her back on the bench.
She just went over and got on the exercise bike right now in the LSU bench area, but so glad that she is okay. Courtney Lau, Carolyn Peck with you, and LSU has had a lead since halftime. They've led by as many as 12 on the 14th ranked team in the nation. Lexi Donerski with the layup. Iowa State's got some players, though. Watch out.
Exactly. No lead is secure when you're playing the Iowa State Cyclones.
And there's a foul on Donerski. That's her second. Iowa State got into some foul trouble in the first half. Emily Ryan, their point guard, had to sit most of that first half. Alexis Morris has had a hot hand all night. Missed that shot. She's already got a career-high 22 points and a career-high 4 made three-pointers. Off of the foot of Morris.
I'm going to tell you a big difference in the second half has been for LSU to have Autumn Newby on the floor and to have her defending Ashley Jones. It's a bigger defender, takes away vision, and they're not switching off of her. You see, Autumn Newby is going to be wherever Ashley Jones is.
And they wanted an over and back call on Aubrey Jones. Did she ever have possession?
I don't think so.
There's Ashley Jones. Wow. That puts her at 20.
Yeah, you're going to see that a lot now down the stretch. Ashley Jones at the top. They're going to set a screen for her. She'll either reject it or use it. but she's going to make the defense make a decision whether or not to go over or under, and she's going to take advantage.
Hannah Gusters with the power move on the baseline. Aubrey Jones' shot is off. Payne.
You see Kim Mulkey tell her team, look, you don't have to rush. You got to be patient so that you can take good shots.
Gusters just wanting the basketball on the block.
I love the positioning that she's getting. And right now, you look at the height advantage that Hannah Gusters has over Iowa State. I would expect LSU is going to go inside all day long, because then when the defense has to collapse, then they'll get the perimeter shots. There's no need to over-penetrate, overdrive. Just get the ball to the big girl inside.
Yeah, and I'd go inside even more now. Morgan Kane has 4 fouls, so she is on the bench for Iowa State. That's some of their hype. Beatrice Jordow is in the game. Stolen away. That was Kayla Pointer. Swiped it. This is Ryan Payne. Got it. Donarski short on her pull-up. Morris for 3.
Oh, that would have blown the top off the PMAC if she'd have knocked that down.
First time she or anybody for LSU has missed a 3 tonight. They've hit 6 of them. They usually only hit 2.
Kayla Pointer is so sneaky. You watch, when penetration is coming in, she just runs in the path of the basketball, not to get position, but to get the steal, and then she's heading the other way. And then Ryan Payne, hey, look, when the window opens, that's when you pull up and you knock it down.
Four fouls now on Beatrice Jordow. So Iowa State is in foul trouble right now, and it's coming down low where LSU does have a size advantage.
Well, it's from their post play and also the guards. Like, they're getting into the sweet spot in that soft area. When they get in the lane, LSU has become money.
Iowa State also down 3 players who are out with injury. Fritz, Espen Miller-McGraw, and Dew not available tonight.
Yeah, that time, Ryan Payne switched with Autumn Newby, and Autumn didn't want to switch, and Kim Mulkey told her, don't switch. Autumn Newby has the full-time responsibility to stick with Ashley Jones.
Gusters misses at the free throw line. Emily Ryan sees a baseline. Ball taken away again.
Alexis Morris wanted it. Kim Mulkey will play every possession on the sideline.
Yes, she will. And she'll do it all in that sparkly butterfly blazer. She shoots and celebrates every bucket just like her players.
Absolutely. I'm afraid she's going to rip that jacket. See, this is the matchup. Autumn Newby has got to stay with Ashley Jones.
Jones trying to get around her, runs through Gusters. That's tough to stop.
Yeah, but the win there is you ran her off the three-point line.
Yeah.
Yeah, just if you're going to give up anything, make Ashley Jones, number 24, make tough twos.
Because she's already hit 4 threes. Iowa State at 9 3-pointers made. Pointer throws up an air ball. And it'll be Iowa State basketball. Kim Mulkey and LSU looking for a win over a ranked opponent.
Look, she celebrates the little things. She's celebrating every moment today. Do you think she wants to beat her first ranked team in Baton Rouge? You bet.
Milwaukee for the win. National champion.
Dynasty fulfills its destiny.
The greatest in history.
It's December, but this already feels like an NCAA tournament game. Two players leading the way in the 20s. Ashley Jones with 22, Alexis Morris with 22, a career high and a career high 4 3-pointers made.
Alexis Morris came in with a focus, and she has been on fire. But in order for Iowa State to get into this game, to pull off the win, they got to run things through Ashley Jones. And that's going to be tough with Autumn Newby defending her.
Donarski short on the 3. LSU will let it go out of play.
Kayla Pointer, Autumn Newby, the two most important players defensively on the floor right now.
YKP.
KP's got Lexi Donarski. Donarski is going to be hunting buckets, and she has been automatic from the three-point line.
Ryan Payne drives and kicks to Alexis Morris right in front of her own bench.
And Kim Mulkey is loving it.
That's 5 3-pointers made by Alexis Morris alone.
You see, when the ball goes inside to Ashley Jones, two people collapse. But you're making the best scorer on the team be a passer.
It's exactly what LSU's defense has got to do, because Ashley Jones can get Iowa State back into this game quickly. Morris had to let it fly. Shot clock was running down. Here's Ashley Jones. Ryan Payne guarding. Ooh, almost got the bucket. That's going to be on Hannah Gusters. Well, ABC College Football Conference Championship triple header Saturday. It all starts at noon Eastern in the Big 12. It's number 9 Baylor taking on number 5 Oklahoma State. The American Houston is trying to upset Cincinnati's college football playoff hopes. And in the ACC, it's Pitt and Wake Forest. That's coming up on Saturday. Of course, Baylor coached by Dave Aranda, the former LSU defensive coordinator. Was here when they won the national championship a couple seasons ago. Now Brian Kelly's taken over. He's been at this game tonight. Taking over the head coaching duties. LSU has got them some head coaches now. Mulkey on the women's side for women's hoops. Jay Johnson for baseball. Mulkey and LSU with a 7-point lead over the number 14 team in the nation. First time that they have faced a ranked opponent with Kim Mulkey as their head coach.
They have played poised, focused. They've taken care of the basketball. They've shared the basketball. And everybody's getting involved in the party.
Hannah Gusters through traffic, a 9-point lead. Put back won't go either for Morgan Kane. Look, LSU's only loss this season was to Florida Gulf Coast, and Kim Mulkey said, that was too early in the year for this team. We weren't ready in my defensive system yet. That was early on in the season, and I know we're only, this is their 7th game? But
Yeah.
still, that's experience under a new head coach. You need those reps.
And I talked to Autumn Newby before the game. I said, what's going to be different between this game and Florida Gulf Coast? And she said, we know how to cover for each other right now. We know how to be focused and locked in and handle our business, handle our assignments.
Under 90 seconds to go. Ryan Payne is short. The hustle! The rebound by Caleb Pointer.
And right now, Iowa State is allowing too much time to run off the clock. They're allowing Bill Finley's on the court.
A minute to go. LSU looking for its first ranked win.
Iowa State's got to go. They can't spend a lot of time running offense.
No room for Ashley Jones.
And they got a foul. There's too much time right now. Iowa State just backed up. It's over. They've thrown in the white towel.
They did not foul, and they've let LSU just run in time off the clock with a 9-point lead. And LSU can hold it. Kim Mulkey says celebrate the little things. Well, how about celebrating a pretty big thing, a ranked win for Kim Mulkey and LSU?